Hey guys, Smart Finance here, and today we're going to be talking about the top credit cards for drop shippers. Now, this does apply specifically to people who are drop shipping, and I assume most people watching this video are probably familiar with drop shipping, but just a quick summary, kind of the way drop shipping would work would be instead of you selling products that you have at maybe your own warehouse yourself, you'll sell a product on either your website or another website. And instead of going out to your warehouse, putting a shipping label on the box and sending out to the customer, you send that order to another company that's going to ship the product for you, and then it would go to the customer. Some people are doing this through maybe they'll sell the product themselves in a Shopify store, and then they'll purchase the product on something like AliExpress and just have it shipped directly from that merchant to the buyer of the product. The buyer has a seamless experience. They don't really know where the product came from. They order it on one website, and then it gets shipped from another website. So that's just a quick summary of how it works. And then for credit cards that work for drop shippers, there are kind of two categories we're going to be talking about today. So of the two categories, the first one we're going to be talking about is credit cards we're going to be using to buy merchandise, I guess you could say inventory, or just things that you're going to be paying for yourself and then sending to a consumer that doesn't really fit in any specific category. So this would be things like paying for a product you purchase on AliExpress to ship to your customer, or paying for a product from your vendor being shipped to the customer. And kind of because this is just non-category spending in most cases, it doesn't really fall in a specific category where you'll be able to get great rewards rates. So the first credit card we're going to talk about in this category is the Ink Business Unlimited, and this is going to get you 1.5% cash back or 1.5x Chase Ultimate Reward points. They're both going to be swappable for each other, so it doesn't really matter. They just kind of will write it as 1.5% cash back in some places and 1.5x points in other places. So this card's going to be great. We're going to use it to purchase our inventory, products, that sort of thing. It doesn't really fit in any specific category. Also, you're going to get a huge intro bonus if you can hit this $7,500 in your first 3 months of having the card. This is an awesome benefit. Definitely one of the best intro offers right now. This card also is going to come with no annual fee, which is awesome. The other card in this category is going to be the American Express Blue Business Cash and Blue Business Plus. These cards are essentially the same thing for what we're going to be using them for. However, the Blue Business Cash is going to earn you cash back, and the Blue Business Plus is going to earn you American Express reward points. With Chase, they can kind of be exchanged back and forth. You earn things in Chase Ultimate Reward points, and you can choose to use them as Chase Ultimate Reward points for travel, or you can choose to get them just as cash back. American Express kind of makes you choose which one you want. You're either stuck with cash or you're stuck with points. They're pretty much worth the same amount, so it's kind of just up to you what you're looking for. Now, the drawback of both of these cards is it maxes out at $50,000 a year in spending, and then after that, you're only going to get 1% cash back, which, depending on the size of your operation, might be fine. However, is definitely something to keep in mind. You are going to be getting a slightly better redemption rate than the previously mentioned Chase card. However, you can only get up to $50,000. You kind of have to do the math yourself, see which card would make sense for you, or whatever card you're looking at, make sure it makes sense for your situation. These are just two examples of cards that I think fit the category well. You might have a completely different opinion, and that's perfectly fine. Now, the other category of card we're going to be talking about is going to be for paying for advertising and that sort of thing. Because in a lot of cases, drop shipping results in sales from ads, specifically on Facebook, Instagram, maybe Google ads, but you're going to be spending a lot of money on advertising to get your customers, because they're not just people wandering around the internet in most cases and finding your product. They're on your website because you paid one way or another for advertising to get that customer. So in this category, we have two cards as well. The first card is the American Express Business Gold card, which is a really great card. However, it does come with a pretty sizable annual fee at $295 a year, which if you're spending a lot of money and you're spending a lot on advertising and that sort of thing, this annual fee will more than pay for itself, especially in the first year when you get this 70,000 membership reward points for spending $10,000 in the first 3 months you have the card. On this card, we're going to be getting 4x membership reward points for U.S. purchases for advertising and select media, online, TV, radio. So this is going to be for things like Facebook ads, Google ads, and that's going to be kind of your money category with this credit card. That's where you're going to really be getting the bulk of your rewards from. Because with dropshipping, in a lot of cases, you're spending more on advertising than you do on your actual product. So having something like this where you're getting 4x points is actually almost unbeatable depending on the size of your business. But it's definitely really good. Comparing that to something like the Ink Business Unlimited, where you'd only be getting 1.5% cash back on all of those purchases, or 1.5x points, um, getting 4x points is awesome. That's like 3 times more value than you get from a card like that, or even twice as much value as you get at something about like the Blue Cash or Blue Business Plus. So definitely a really awesome option. There are a bunch of other great benefits to this card, but for what we're talking about, this is kind of our money category right here. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we have the Chase Business Preferred. This card is similar to the Business Gold. It has slightly less benefits. It's not as great in terms of redemption. However, you are only going to be paying $95 a year, which for a lot of people is definitely a lot less scary if you're not really sure how much you're going to be spending, if you're not sure the rewards are going to be worth it. You are going to get a huge intro bonus for spending $15,000, which again is a pretty sizable sum to be spending, but if you think that this would line up with what you're doing, this could be a great card to get. And then the 3x points we're going to be getting on advertising purchases made with social media sites and search engines. So this is going to be like Facebook ads, Google ads. Granted, we are going to be only getting 3x points here compared to the 4x that we got with the American Express card. However, you will be paying a lesser annual fee. You will be getting a larger intro bonus, and this can kind of be a little less scary for a lot of people. With this card, you're not going to be committing to as high of an annual fee, so if your business isn't really doing that well a specific year, it's not like you're going to just be out $300 for nothing. Only a $100 annual fee, definitely a lot less scary, but definitely an awesome card as well. This card also has other benefits for shipping, internet travel, which could still be relevant. However, for what we're talking about in terms of drop shipping today, advertising purchases is kind of the main category we're looking at on this card. And there isn't really a rule against anything in terms of having more than one of these cards. Like you could try the Business Unlimited and the Business Preferred, and you could try the American Express Business Gold and both of these cards if you really wanted to, and you can get approved for them. And there's also, I definitely wouldn't speak to you have to have just Chase credit cards, or you have to have just American Express credit cards. If you find that maybe something like the Business Gold and the Ink Business Unlimited works better for you than having 2 Chase cards or 2 American Express cards, so be it. And also, there are a bunch of other card issuers out there offering great business credit cards that might be a little bit different than these cards, but kind of accomplish still the same goals that we talked about here in terms of having one credit card be used for advertising and one credit card for merchandise, product, that sort of thing. So if you guys have any specific questions about credit cards and drop shipping, of course, make sure to leave a comment down below. I'd be happy to try and answer any questions you have as well. I'm sure there will be other people active in the comment section that might have more answers for you. As well, if you guys have credit cards you use for drop shipping and you're doing it in a slightly different way, of course, leave a comment down below. I'm definitely really curious another way to do it besides the setup I talked about here. I know there are definitely tons of ways to do it, and this is kind of just 2 specific issuers I talked about today. There are a bunch of credit card issuers that are offering a bunch of awesome credit cards. This is definitely not the end-all be-all. There are more than 4 or 5 credit cards you can use for your dropshipping business. So just keep an open mind. Do as much research as you can before you apply for cards, just to make sure you are putting your resources into the right place. And if you can't find a credit card that really works best for your situation, there's definitely no need to rush it. You can always get another credit card later or something like that. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like as well as subscribing to the channel, because I put out a bunch of videos like this all the time.